I know, I'm not dressed in my usual sport coat or on my normal set. So you're probably wondering, what's going on? Well, I'm standing in my very own secure bunker, fortified with 6-foot thick walls. Why, you might say? America is coming to an end. That's if you buy into the apocalyptic rants of the far right. Who wouldn't retreat to a bunker if they weren't ingesting a daily dose of fear-mongering rhetoric from pundits like the whiny Sean Hannity?
Now, the president's brand of socialism has put a big old mortgage on our children's future.
And the paranoid and seemingly unstable Glenn Beck.
They're marching us to a brand of non-violent fascism.
Oh, they aren't the only ones causing a stir. Many right-wing politicians are joining in the festivities, like former Vice President Dick Cheney.
And now he's making some choices that, in my mind, will in fact raise the risk to the American people of another attack.
And the increasingly loony Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann.
We love our country, and I'm watching our freedom slip out the door every day.
Day in and day out, they criticize the president for every little thing. They ripped Obama for appearing to bow to the Saudi king, but never showed that same outrage when President Bush kissed and held hands with the same man. Regardless of your position on the president's economic and foreign policy, do you get the feeling that the anti-liberal, anti-Obama rhetoric has gotten a little mean-spirited, disingenuous, and downright reckless? Right-wing conservatives and the fair and balanced Fox News not so subtly suggest that President Obama is a socialist or fascist. Let me get this straight. Are we to believe that Obama is comparable to Karl Marx, Benito Mussolini, or Adolf Hitler? It appears the right wing is banking on it. They use buzzwords like socialism, fascism, and tyranny as a way to outright insult the president and create an unjustifiable atmosphere of fear among certain groups of Americans who are, let's face it, misinformed, out of touch, and paranoid. Oh, who can forget the Tax Day Tea Party? Thousands across the country gathered to protest high taxes and government spending. Let me make this clear. It's quintessentially American for people to voice their concerns or opposition to policies they don't agree with. But I got the impression that some of the people attending these rallies weren't there to protest government spending or taxes at all.
I think he's a fascist.
Why?
Because he is.
I'm quite sure many people who share this belief couldn't give you the definition of fascism to save their life. Let's see. Our president was elected and isn't a dictator. Our government isn't centralized, and the opposition hasn't been forcibly suppressed. With all that being said, does the fascist label apply to our president?
Lincoln believed that people had the right to share in the fruits of their own labor and that government should not take it.
The irony is that Lincoln is the very president who instituted the income tax.
Can I do that?
My point is this: the Sean Hannitys, Glenn Becks, and Michelle Bachmanns of the world are playing a very dangerous and irresponsible game. We only have to look back to our recent history to see what happens to some people when their extreme ideologies go unchecked. Remember Timothy McVeigh, Eric Rudolph, and Jim Atkinson, to name a few? I'm really starting to get scared of these people and their followers. So for my own safety, I'm gonna stay right here in my very own bunker. See you next time with another scoop of pure logic.